who's woke today, T? Well, dare I say, drag queens hosting a Hunky Jesus contest and an Easter show for kids. And I can't believe I just said the words Hunky Jesus.
Folks, I'm just going to go on and apologize now. It is news. It is a story that people are talking about, and so we want to share it with you so that you're aware. But I suspect many of you are going to be disturbed by this story. The controversial gathering happened in San Francisco, David. It happened on Easter Sunday, of all days. The group coming under fire for the woke event is called the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, and the group calls itself a, quote, order of queer and trans nuns. The show was called No Easter Without the Tea, and it featured various activities, including an egg hunt and story time for children. It also included the Hunky Jesus contest, though, which featured several contestants in Jesus drag, and it, of course, stirred up the most controversy. More than 10,000 people showed up to watch the scandalous contest. I could tell you all about it, but we're going to show it to you again, just for perspective's sake.
Just as Beyonce is reclaiming country music with its foundations in black Southern roots, I am reclaiming Christianity.
This is the queerest event that I think I've ever been to.
As a recovering Catholic, I think it's very important that we take the piss out of Catholicism. So,
as the son of a Southern Baptist minister from rural Appalachia, I wish that more people would act Christ-like, act with compassion, love your neighbor, be empathetic and caring.
All right, so let's bring in Emily and David to talk a bit more about this. This might be a short-lived segment, but Emily, I'll give you first crack at it.
Yeah, you know, Terrence, David, I think that organizations like this is what gives the LGBTQ community such a bad name, especially when it comes to Catholicism, right? You know, over the past couple of days, we've been talking about how Pope Francis was very accepting to same-sex marriages. Now, I think we've been getting the record a little bit wrong here, because he's not saying that he's blessing same-sex unions. He's blessing the individuals. One blessing for this person, one blessing for this person. And you know what that man said at the end, man, woman, I'm not quite sure, actually, sitting on that horse, is that, you know, we should be more compassionate like Jesus, and we should be more open to this. But this is the problem. When you mock Christianity, when you mock the faith, and you bring in homosexuality in this way, this is where people have a problem with it. Yes, the Christian faith, the Catholic faith should be very, very open to people loving each other. But when you do it like this and you do it in a blasphemous way, of course people are going to be offended, David.
Well, I take a little bit of an exception to that view because, you know, the Pope did you're right. He blessed the individuals. But why is he blessing the individuals when he should say, I forgive you, go and sin no more, like Jesus did? I mean, that's what Jesus did. He said, go and sin no more. But instead, the Pope is blessing them. That's not what Jesus did. Jesus didn't bless them. He forgave them. And then it doesn't end there. That's the thing. In other words, the compassion was in the forgiveness, and then he said, go and sin no more. That's not what this Pope did.
Actually, so in fact, David, Jesus invited sinners to come with him. Mary Magdalene, for example, she traveled with him all over throughout all the miracles that he did in his lifetime. And so it wasn't just forgiveness and go away and change. It was forgiveness and come into my home and be with me and let me show you how to be better.
Well, guys, this is a very interesting conversation, because I'll just add to this. Jesus and most pastors will tell you, love the sinner, not the sin.